Salute, salute, salute. Bow. What it is, what's happening? It's nocturnal. Real quick video that I'm getting out the way. So, first of all, I'm piggybacking off of the real Marlo TV on this video. Because earlier today I was watching, he did a little video talking about, and I heard on Pool Counter Boxing talk about it now, and maybe even Everything Boxing, I heard maybe him talk about it, a few other people talking about it. But the little all access clip behind the scenes of the press conferences between Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford, there's a little bitty clip in there, like three to 5 seconds of a little small confrontation between Terrence Bud Crawford and Derick James. And it's like, even though it's a little 3-second clip, to me it just confirms a lot, you know what I mean, of what I've already thought when it comes to Bud. Now, first of all, I feel like it's all fun and games. It's all strategy and tactic. You can't take none of that to me personal. It's just like the art of war. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was just checking Derick James' temperature, seeing the mentality, trying to somewhat rattle, you know, throw a little monkey wrench into the system, or see if he can get underneath the skin of Derick James, or just whatever. I think it's just Bud's mentality. I know people that's like Bud. They just naturally have their ways of being able to maneuver, being able to, you know what I'm saying, poke and prod and see, get in where they can fit in, and kind of always find out what's the chain of, you know what I'm saying, whose status here, or who can I legitimately be in front of, and who do I got to overcome. And I know people that's always constantly in this kind of competitive mode and feel like they always got to, you know what I'm saying, get in there and push their way to, that's just his man. So Derick James is walking past Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford is kind of staring him down. He walks past him. When they cross paths, he's like, "What up?" And Derick James is like, "What up?" And then he proceeds to follow behind him like, "No, what's up?" And he like, "What you got a problem with me for?" You know, Derick James is very soft-spoken. Take that man kindness for weakness if you want to. I feel like you'd be in for a rude awakening. But Terrence Bud Crawford, he said something like, you stupid or something? Derick James turned around, and it's like, what I saw from Derick James and what I saw from Terrence Bud Crawford, I saw that Terrence Bud Crawford was kind of bluffing. He was bluffing a little bit, and then I seen him quickly fold. I seen him very quickly fold his hand. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "No, I was just saying what's up with you. I was just saying what's up with you." So it went from like a real serious like, "What's up?" to a, "No, I was just saying what's up to you. I was just speaking. I was just being cordial." So even though I think that's fun and games and this competition and this strategy, it still seemed the mentality, like if you thought you was about to chump him, if you really thought you was about to chump him, and you seen he was a chump, you would have just chumped him. You know what I'm saying? You would have made him fold. And you folded your hand real quick on that little buff. Like, "Oh no, I was just saying." So that's to me showing me Terrence Bud Crawford, man. Look, first of all this walking around the baddest man on the planet shit, I don't believe in that. There's always somebody out there that can whoop your ass. It's best to go around here being humble and keeping the element of surprise at all times. Walk quietly and carry a big ass motherfucking stick. You know what I'm saying? So I don't go. The loudest person in the room is not always the weakest person in the room, but the person that keep to itself, you don't expose yourself. And like when you a type of person that always got to expose that you a threat, or you a person, you know what I'm saying, that ain't no punk, you're gonna always have to constantly prove it, because it's gonna always be somebody that's gonna be testing you. And if you prove you is a punk, it's gonna always be somebody out there punking you. But if you don't prove nothing and you keep it a mysterious of what you about, then nobody gonna fuck with you, because they don't really want to find out. But anyways, I digress. So Bud bluffs on Derick James like, what's up? And Derick James quickly let him know that I'm not that type of mentality, you know what I'm saying? Grown man, mature, nothing to prove. Turn around like, what's up? Well, you know what I'm saying? And Crawford quickly changes the temperature back, you know what I'm saying? And I was just saying what's happening. And it's like, he reminds me of my dog. I got a little dog for the family, for the wife. He's like a Maltese mixed with something. He's a little white dog. He's just brave-hearted though. All biggest heart, so brave behind the fence. And so like, he's so fucking brave. He wanna fight the lawnmower every time I'm cutting the grass. This motherfucker is charging the lawnmower, trying to bite the wheels and shit. And I'm thinking to myself, get the fuck out of here. But like, dude, this lawnmower will cut you into pieces. What the fuck is wrong with you? And he just got that Napoleon complex, the little dog complex, man. Any big dog walk past the house, he go fucking berserk. You know what I'm saying? He just scrappy dude. You know what I'm saying? He just a little chicken hawk. I'm a chicken hawk and you're a chicken. He just a little motherfucker. Put him up. He just can't help himself. And that's Bud to me. Bud can't help himself. Some people done gassed him up and pumped him up, and he ain't no punk. By no means necessary. He can handle his business. He can throw his hands. But get out of here with that, you know what I'm saying, everybody intimidated by me type of mentality. Because everybody, you gonna run across the wrong one. I'm not speaking for Bud. I'm talking to everybody out there who got that kind of mentality that's not a professional boxer, but also Bud. You's gonna eventually, and I'm pretty sure Bud has ran up on a few people that put him in his place in a certain extent, and he keep himself where he need to be. Because you ain't gonna be able to go through life always the biggest, baddest, strongest, most intimidating person in the world. It just, and I ain't saying that's always Bud, because Bud, I done seen him playing around and goofing around and wrestling, and you know what I'm saying. I know he a type of person that you can be around without always having some beef and issue. He ain't like just, you know what I'm saying. He not the type of person that's toxic, but he is very, very competitive. Now, I heard him on the Porter Way podcast. He's one of the co-hosts that was with Sean Porter. They was arguing back and forth. Bud was like, man, I can throw the football 60-something, whatever. And dude like, no, you can't. And he's like, yeah, yes, I can. They go out there and he started throwing it. And then he might have finally threw it, you know what I'm saying, somewhat close to what he said he could do. I just watched a video with him arm wrestling this dude, and the dude wasn't budging. And this wasn't no professional arm wrestler. It's like somebody that was talking shit and they challenged him to an arm wrestling. Bud was, man, I beat you in arm wrestling. They sit there just boom, lock steady. Bud didn't. I thought Bud was going to slam that dude's arm to the table. That shit was locked in. I'm like, Bud just a little engine that could. He type of person that think he can do everything. And that's cool. I admire that about people that has that mentality. But it still has limits to where, you know, you can get beat. You can get second place sometimes. You can be an overachiever and still lose. You never learn how to win if you don't, you know what I'm saying, learn how to accept defeat, right? But back to Derick James and Terrence Bud Crawford, then I'm gonna get out the way. What was revealed to me in that little clip, and what it made me think of when Kenny Porter was telling his story back in the day when Bud was young, and there was a little issue when him and Bud kind of got into it, and him as a grown man was trying to steer Bud in the right direction, and Bud wasn't having none of that. So later on that day, Kenny Porter was walking past him, and Bud was balling up his fist, and Kenny Porter was like, I'm just gonna walk around him, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put my hands on him because that's where it's gonna go. I can tell. I can't talk to him. I can't rational with him. Like, he can't be reckoned with. Like, we gonna have to, and I'm a grown man, he a young dude. So it's like, he was more mature to know I ain't gonna fight this dude. Plus, you can just tell Bud just so stubborn and so, he ready to fight. So in certain ways, Bud or Kenny Porter kind of folded in that situation. Maybe the bigger man walking away, maybe the mature man. But either way, that was a story that Kenny continued to tell about Bud mentality. I understand that. But don't let that type of shit go to your head. can't be like that. You can't think everybody gonna have that. Sometimes you got to put a little young dude in his place. But what, 35? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he didn't have to put a few young people in their place. Like he said, he had to put Shakur Stevenson in his place back when Shakur was a little younger. He said Shakur ran up on him, was talking all kind of crazy, and they sparred, and Shakur said that was the worst ass whooping I ever got. It's like Kenny Rogers say, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Sometimes, like as a grown man myself, every once in a while, you do have a little young dude that you got to put in their place. But for the most part, you give a lot of young dudes a lot of passes and just let them continue to learn and grow on their own. You know what I'm saying? And that's something too. Even as a grown man, there's still people that's older than me that you sometimes got to fall back into your place and be like, I respect my elders. Might be somebody be in their 70s talking to me. I can't have the same mentality like I'm talking to a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old. Well, this dude 70-something years old. That's my elder. I got to respect him and respect his wisdom and respect his years of experience. You know what I'm saying? No matter how bad or how smart I think I am or how nocturnal thoughts I think I am, I'm talking to somebody that's 70 years old. I got to find it in myself to be able to respect their wisdom. Let them impute their wisdom on me, even if they old, because they can still be a beast. Derrick James is a beast, and his mentality deflated that weak-ass bluff that Terrence Bud Crawford did instantly. I was just saying, what's up? What's up? What's up? What you talking? What's your problem with me? Oh, I was just saying, what's up, man? I was just saying, what's up? I was just speaking. Okay. Thinking I'm soft because I got on this suit and don't understand what I'm cut from, my pedigree. You see what I'm saying? So the message out there for the young, the middle-aged, and the old, there's always somebody out there. There's always somebody out there. You know, always. It ain't never no such thing as the biggest, baddest, most dangerous man walking on the planet. The one man that can beat everybody at it. Sound nice, but that shit ain't gonna never exist on this planet. It is always somebody or a lot of bodies out there that can fuck your shit up. It's best just not to judge a book by a cover and look at everybody as a damn threat. And look at yourself as the least dangerous person, but be ready for every damn thing at all times. And don't be walking up on people talking about what's up.